Every year, we can expect at least one team that was not in the postseason or playoffs last year to be in it this year. And since Tuesday was Valentine's Day, we thought we would have this segment. Which non-playoff team are Anthony and Dan in love with for 2023? Dan, you first. Who do you think we should be not sleeping on this season?
Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay.
I still think their starting rotation is the envy of most teams in baseball. It starts at the top with Corbin Burns. He is a game-changing Cy Young perennial candidate. Brendan Woodruff, really big stuff. Freddie Peralta, Lauer, Miley. Their starting rotation is good and it's deep. But I think the key to the Brewers in 2023, Jesse Winker. Last year was kind of a lost year. I know with the trade going to the Seattle Mariners, they were expecting a lot out of Jesse Winker. I think getting back into the National League, where he had some really good seasons with the Cincinnati Reds, I think he is going to come back with a vengeance, a great ballpark to hit in, take a little bit of that pressure away from Christian Yelich, who's had a couple of disappointing seasons offensively. This Brewers rotation is still deep. I thought they reeled last year at the trading deadline when they moved their closer, Josh Hader, and all of a sudden, I think everything just kind of took a tailspin. Devin Williams has great stuff. He can solidify that back end of the bullpen. The Brewers, they're not forgotten. They're not gone. And I think the Cardinals on paper are the team to beat, but don't forget about the Brewers. They're going to be really good.
I think it's also worth considering that Jesse Winker has an OPS over 1,000 in 30 games at that ballpark. So the year in the American League didn't work out. Maybe he'll rejuvenate or jumpstart that career going back to the National League. All right, Anthony, what non-playoff team are you in love with this year?
Oh, it's the Baltimore Orioles, and it all starts with their youth. I mean, the young guys, the talent that this team has between Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, who briefly made his debut last year, and, of course, Grayson Rodriguez is going to be an absolute stud on the mound for this team. They've got so much young talent with those guys, whether it's again, Rutschman in the second half last year was one of the best players in baseball, let alone maybe the best catcher in all of baseball. They played at a tremendous level. You could see the record here. Fourth best record in all of the American League throughout, through July 3rd on. This team was a playoff caliber team for the majority of the season. Then I think about the fact that they have some veterans kind of that are incumbent, that have been there. Mullins, Santander, Mountcastle. When you put youth and veteran leadership together, guys who have done it before and showed that they can do it on a consistent basis, then I think about the fact that they've revamped their starting rotation. Think about Cole Irvin and Kyle Gibson up there towards the top of that rotation. John Means coming back sometime, maybe mid-season this year. That's your ace right there. This guy can go out and give you a quality start every time out there. Then you look at the back end of that bullpen, Felix Bautista, this guy's filthy. So I put it all together, and I really like where this team's at. The youth, the veteran leadership, that new starting rotation, and a bullpen that can do it with anybody. This team's going to be very good for a very long time, and I'm not afraid to say it's going to start this year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they fit and where they fit in that tough division. And I think we would have seen Grayson Rodriguez at some point at the big leagues last year, if not for the injury. I cannot wait to see what he looks like this coming season. All right, Astro fans, you're going to hate to hear this, but that team up I-45 in the Arlington area, the Texas Rangers, I think that's a team that many people are going to fall in love with in 2023. Yes, Jacob deGrom was there, but this, I think, is the most impactful offseason acquisition, quote unquote. It's bringing in Bruce Bochy, because this is a Hall of Fame manager, and his ability to use a bullpen just about second to none. And that bullpen had a lot of problems, lost a lot of late leads. I think they're going to be much improved, but obviously it starts with Jacob deGrom at the top of the rotation. Marcus Semien had a little problems getting out of the gates before he found his way. So, guys, I think the Texas Rangers definitely could be in the playoff mix this year.
One of the guys, too, Nathan Eovaldi, quietly, really good signing. Andrew Haney started to turn things around towards the second half of the season. I think you may be onto something. This team hits like it looks like they will. They lost a lot of one-run games. They lost a lot of games last year that they should have won, Robert. They can very easily flip this and be a team that finishes well over 500.
Yeah, so obviously the Seattle Mariners, a lot of momentum after their first playoff appearance in 2 decades. Now the Texas Rangers feeling pretty good about their chances.
That clock maybe ticking a little bit. Maybe ticking a little bit.
Or it could be a Joe Burrow situation.
You never know.
The window's always open, Anthony.
You never know.
The window is always open.